Welcome back to an episode of Let's Build Twitter. We are in episode 90. In this episode, we start out by building the top content of our forgot password modal. Then we build out the content that goes inside the forgot form 1 by making and styling a new component. Then to wrap up, we set up a very simple function to retrieve the user's username based off the credential that they put in and a simple button to send the request, which also navigates the user to the next step. As always, I'm Ethan on Koder, and let's hop straight into development. So let's go ahead and hop back into VS Code. So the first thing we need for our content or for our modal, we can close out of this and close out of this. We need a top content. So let's go ahead and work on that. So if I come back in here and inside of components, I'll just make a new folder. I'm just going to call this forgot modal top. And I think that's fine. And we'll do that and make a new file and say forgot modal top.tsx. Oops, and I spelled that wrong. TSX, and we'll also make a CSS forgot modal top.css. It is going to get messy. I'm going to try my best here. So we'll go ahead and import our React from React. You don't have to do this, but I'm kind of old school. I've always done it, so that's why I still do it. I'm going to import our blue logo from our assets. So go all the way out to our assets. We'll say slash, and we want the blue one. We'll also import our forgot password slash forgot password, or actually it's just forgot modal. So forgot modal top .css. I'm going to import the global. I don't know if I need it, but it doesn't hurt to have it just in case. So global.css. Go ahead and have an interface. We'll call this forgot modal top props. And this is just going to have a close modal, which is a void function. Cool. Export const, and this will be forgot modal top, which is a React function component. They forgot modal top prop, equal to, and then we'll go ahead and say close modal and go like that. Cool. Now we can return, and here we'll have a div. Say class name equal to, we'll have a forgot dash modal dash top, and from here we'll have another div. So div class name equal to, and this will be forgot dash modal dash top dash left. I could type, I can't type, oh my goodness. And this will be where we have our on click, which will be equal to our close modal. So this will close our modal up. Then we're going to have another div. This could probably be a p tag, but it is what it is. Class name equal to forgot dash modal dash top dash shadow. This is going to be the border that we have around our X. All right, and then outside there, we'll have another div, the class name, and this will be equal to our forgot dash modal dash top dash middle. And this is going to have our logo. So we'll have an image, class name equal to forgot dash modal dash top dash logo. And the source maybe will equal to blue logo. And finally, we need a right, and this is just to kind of center things and make things look good. So class name is going to equal to forgot, and then dash modal dash top dash right. And it's just going to be an empty div, nothing crazy. We've kind of done this before, so I could have probably borrowed it, but that is what it is. Let's go ahead and make this pretty. So if we come into our CSS, this one should be fairly simple. We have a dot forgot dash modal dash top. What we're going to do is going to say width is going to be 100%. Our height is going to be 100%. And our display will be flex. And then align items is going to be flex start. Justify content will be flex start. And finally, our padding will be 10px, just to give it a little bit of padding there. Then our forgot dash modal dash top dash left. We are going to have a width of 33%. So the third to the left. And we can go ahead and do our shadow. Forgot dash modal dash top dash shadow. And this is going to be a width of 34px, a height of 34px, and a display of flex, a justify content of center. You know, we don't have an align item on this one. Oh, I just missed it. We do align items of center, and then we have a padding bottom of about 5px, not 55, a border radius of 100% because it's a circle, a font dash size of 24px, and finally a font dash weight of 400. And we also need to set up the hover effect. So the hover effect dot forgot dash modal dash top dash shadow. And we need the colon hover. So for the hover, we're going to go ahead and have a z index of 2. We're going to have a background dash color of RGBA and 0, 0, whoopsies, 0, 0.1. So very light gray. Border radius is still 100%. And finally, the cursor will be pointer because we want it to be, we want people to know that you can click on it. Then we have a forgot dash modal dash top dash middle. In here, we'll have a width of 33% again. We'll have a display of flex. We'll have an align items of center and a justify content of center. And then we just need a top right and a logo, not forgot, dash modal dash top dash right. And this just have a width of 33% as well, so it's evenly spaced. Then a forgot dash modal dash logo. This is gonna have a width of 30 pixels. Gonna have a height of auto. Gonna be margin top of 3px. I don't know if the 3px on the top is actually needed, but it is what it is. But that's our CSS. We can actually go ahead and add this in to our forgot modal. So that's pretty simple. We'll import our forgot modal top, and that's going to go on the top. So forgot modal top, we need our close modal on here. Close modal is going to be equal to toggle modal. And I guess I didn't call it close modal. I did call it close modal. Let me double check. Forgot modal top. Oh, it's because it didn't. Thank you for that. It didn't close for some reason. Let's see, top content. I didn't open it. Cool. There we go. So now that's set. If we come back in here, the logo name, I guess, and then let's see. Forgot modal top logo. I forgot the top. Save that. Take a peek again. There we go. We got our logo. It's looking fresh. It's looking clean. Looks good. So now we can move into the first form of our forgot forms. And there's going to be several because once again, Twitter like to space things out and do things annoyingly. So it is what it is. So we can close out of the top, I believe. And we can come back in here. And let's go ahead and make a new folder. I'm going to call this forgot forms, and we're going to reuse some things, but there's also some other things I probably should have reused. Again, we're going to go back and do some refactoring. We're going to say forgot form1.tsx in a new file, forgot form.css, like so. All right, I'm going to keep the forgot password modal open because it's a constant that we'll need, but we'll go ahead and import our React from React. And we'll also go ahead and import a validated text input. And we also need our CSS, so // and this is forgot form.css. We'll also grab our global, so import our global CSS. So come out to assets /global.css. And this needs an interface, so an interface forgot form1 props, and this will take in a set credential. This is how we're going to search for the user, name string, and this will return a void. And we also need an error boolean, so this is some stuff that we're going to set up inside the forgot password. We don't need to worry about it at this moment, but export const forgot form1 is a React function component, and forgot form1 props, like so, and we'll say set credential and error. We need to go ahead and return. And we'll go ahead and return the div really quick, just that way it goes away. Class name, and we'll also call this forgot form. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this. This isn't something that I had in my notes, but I think it's gonna be worth it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna go ahead and take handle change, and this is gonna take in a React event. React.change event, and this will be an HTML input element, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say set credential. I'm going to call this with e.target.value. We're going to pass back that string to the forgot password modal, and we can actually start working on our div now. So this is going to be fairly simple. Grab an h1 class name equal to, I'm going to call this forgot dash form dash, and we're going to say header, because these are actually shared across these. Find your Twitter account. And I think Twitter might have went back through and made some tweaks and things after we started this series, because this series has been going for a long time. But we're going to have forgot form dash text, and this is going to have a color of gray. And in here, we're going to have an enter your email, phone number, or a username associated with your account to change your password. Cool. And then we need our validated text input, validated text inputs. And in here, we have a valid. Valid will equal to not error. We're going to have a name equal to, and this is going to be forgot. Should probably be credential, but whatever. Label is going to be equal to email, phone number, or username. Finally, our change value is going to be equal to our handle change, which also hands the state back up, or passes the state back up to the forgot password modal. Again, this might change in the future. I don't know where this is going to go. Error question mark p last name, and then we're going to say color red. And I don't know if I have an error or not. I'm just going to go ahead and throw forgot error on here. We're going to say user not found, which is actually what Twitter does, which blows my mind because it's not good security, but it is what it is. So that's good to go. We can go ahead and hop back over to our forgot password modal and actually use this. So forgot password modal, we of course need to import it. So import our forgot form 1. I probably should have styled it, but I'm throwing it in here just so we can see it. Be from our // and forgot form / forgot form 1, and we're just going to put in our content. We're gonna have more than one of these, but it's fine. Form 1, and we need a set credential in here, and this is going to be equal to nothing for the time being. And then we need an error in here, which is equal to false for the time being. We need to set these up. So that means we need state. We use state, and this is going to be the first of many states. Const credential and set credential going to be equal to use state of a string and empty string. And we're going to have const error and set error. At least the error we can reuse, equal to use state of a boolean and false. And we need a change credential, const change credential, be equal to a credential, or it's going to take in a credential, which is a string. It's going to return void, so we're just going to ignore it. We're going to go ahead and say set the credential to the credential that we got. And now we can go ahead and grab the change credential, throw it in there. We take our error, throw it in here. And whenever we take a peek in here, it's not going to look that great yet, but you can see we have our find your account. We've got our wording and everything. We just need to style a little bit. So let's do that. Gone back into forgot form CSS. And again, I named a couple things differently, so it might break a couple things for now, but I'm going to say .forgot -form -container. And this is going to be a width of 75% and a height of 100%. All right, we got our .forgot -form -header. And here we're gonna have a margin of 0. We're gonna have a margin -size, or whoops, margin -bottom of 10 px, a font -size of 31 px, and finally a font -weight of 600. All right, sounds good. We need a .forgot, maybe .forgot -form -text. Could call it p tag, whatever. Margin is 0 once again. Font size this time will be 15 px. Our font weight, a little bit skinnier at 400, and then a margin on the bottom of 25 px. Looks good. We'll do our .forgot error, and in our forgot error we have a margin of 0. We have a font size of pretty small, 13 px. We have a font weight of 300. We have a margin -left of 10 px. Finally, we have a margin -top of 5 px. I feel like this is this forgot error. We should probably be throwing this in global state, but it is what it is. Now we can see it looks a lot better, looking good. Now what we can do is go ahead and make a request to actually find the user. To do that, we're going to use one of the requests we set up previously back inside here, inside of forgot password modal. We're going to go ahead and set a couple things up. So firstly, we do need another step. So I'm going to say const step and set step equal to use state, and this is going to be a number, and we're going to set this to 1 to start. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is set up a new function called search user, const search user, and this is going to be equal to an async function that takes in nothing, like so. And inside here, and I messed this up, let me fix that. getting a little bit tired. We need to do a few things. So we need to set up a find user DTO. So we're going to say let find user DTO equal to, and we're going to have an email, which is an empty string. We're going to have a password, which is an empty string, and we'll have a username, which is an empty string. We're going to do something similar to what we did last time. We're going to say if valid email. We need to get validate email. We say credential. If this is true, that means we have an email. So we're going to say find user DTO equal to ... find user DTO, comma, email is credential. Then we also want to do this for the next one, else if, I don't know what that just brought in. We need to say validate phone. We'll go ahead and bring that in, pass in the credential. So I check to see if it's a phone. I spelled credential wrong, fix that. So if it's a phone, we'll say find user DTO equal to ... find user DTO, comma, phone, colon, credential. And the last one, why did I put password in here? It should be phone. And finally, otherwise, if it's not any of those, we're going to say find user DTO equal to ... find user DTO, comma, username, colon, credential. So now we can go ahead and search for that user. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to say try. And we're going to go ahead and try. We're going to set error to false whenever we start. Kind of like what we did inside of our slices. Say let res equal to await axios.post. Like so. We're going to post to http :// localhost 8000 /auth/find. We're going to pass in that find user DTO like so. We're going to say let I need to import Axios, so import Axios, that's fine. We're going to say let data equal to await. We're going to say res.data, and then if successful, we're going to say let, and we're going to say set step to 2. We can move on to the next step. Otherwise, we'll catch an error catch E. We'll say set the error to true. And again, the error will go away whenever we actually put this in there. So now what we can go and do is on our bottom content, we can go ahead and say, hey, if step is equal to 1 ? We'll go ahead and have a button on click equal to, we'll go ahead and say search the user, and then we'll go ahead and say search for user. Otherwise, we'll show nothing. To kind of prove that it's working, we can also go ahead and console.log the data just to make sure that the data came back correctly. If we go ahead and take a peek, try this, hiccups. And we'll go ahead and search for unknown coder, which is our username, and send. We got our unknown coder back, and the button broke. We can refresh. We also put unknown coder at mail.com, which I think what my email is. We get unknown coder back, so we get the username back, all as well. Unfortunately, that's going to be it for today. If you guys enjoyed, please stick around for the next episode by hitting that subscribe button. You'll know exactly when it comes out, especially at that bell icon. If you did enjoy the content today, please sure to leave a thumbs up. If you did enjoy it, leave a thumbs down. Either way, it helps out with the algorithm all the same. And finally, if you have any suggestions or feedback for me, make sure you leave a comment down below. With that being said, I appreciate you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.